So int data type, okay, we covered. These are various comparative methods we are going to get. Sometimes int range may not enough to hold big values. Int range may not enough to hold big values. Best example here, can you spell out what is the int range? What is the range of int? Minus 21, 47, 48, 36, 48 to minus 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Seems to be a big range. Seems to be a big range. 10 digit number is nothing but not that much small number, big number. But sometimes still this int range may not enough to hold big values. Best example for you. Sir, I want to represent the amount of distance traveled by light in 1000 days. Sir, in 1000 days, how much distance light can travel? That value I have to store by using some variable, right? Can you tell what the light speed? 3 into 10 power 8 centimeters per second. 3 into 10 power 10 centimeters per second is nothing but like. If you convert that into number, into miles, 1,26,000 miles per second. Sir, per second, how many miles light can travel? 1,26,000 miles per second. I want to hold the amount of distance traveled by light in 1000 days. Sir, these many miles per second. Then per minute means into 60. Per hour means into 60. Per day means into 24. Per day into 24. For 1000 days means into 1000. Okay, these many miles. Do you know, sir, can I represent this value by using int variable? No, because int range is this one, but this is my requirement. So for this requirement, int range is small. Are you getting? Sometimes int may not enough to hold big values like these. Then we should go for long data type, right? Are you able to understand? To handle this type of thing, then we should go for which type? Long data type, right? Okay, this is. So sometimes int may not enough to hold big values. Then we should go for what? Long type. Okay, this is first at this point. Sometimes better to keep subheading long. Under long you have to write long data type. Sometimes int may not enough. Sometimes int may not enough to hold big values. Sometimes int may not enough to hold big values. Int may not enough to hold big values. Then we should go for long type. Then we should go for long type. Then we should go for long type. Example 1. Then we should go for long type. Example 1. The amount of distance traveled by light in 1000 days. The amount of distance traveled by light in 1000 days. The amount of distance traveled by light in 1000 days. To hold this value. Int may not enough to hold this value. Int may not enough to hold this value. Int may not enough. We should go for int may not enough. We should go for long data type. Long data type. Example, add long L is equal to 1,26,000 into 60 into 24 into 1000. Long L is equal to 1,26,000 into 60 into 24 into 1000 miles. Like, are getting? It's not Java line but oral value is nothing but like. Sir, next example 2. Here legend this example 2. Suppose I have one big file is there. My big file is there. This file contain so lakhs of pages anna. File contain lakhs of pages are there. In every page hundreds of lines are there. In every line hundreds of characters are there. Are you getting? There is a big file. This file contain lakhs of pages. In every page hundreds of lines. In every line hundreds of characters. To hold number of characters present in this big file, we should go for what? F dot length method. Do you know F dot length returns number of characters present in the file. To hold the number of characters present in a big file, int may not enough. Are you getting? This number of characters may exceed int range. Then we should go for what? Long type. That's why length method present in file class return type is long but not int. Remember this one. Why length method return type is long but not int? Because the reason is the number of characters present in a file may exceed int range. That's why the return type of length method, it's not my own creation, it's a part of API. The return type of length method is long but not int. Okay, add example 2. Example 2. The number of characters present in a big file. The number of characters present in a big file. The number of characters present in a big file. Big file. The number of characters present in a big file may exceed int range. May exceed int range. The number of characters present in a big file may exceed int range. Hence the return type of length method is long but not int. Long but not int. The return type of length method is long but not int. Okay, take this example. Long L is equal to f dot length. Long L is equal to f dot length. Long L is equal to f dot length, like this. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, f dot length. Okay, this is. Now what is the size? Sir, can you tell what is the size of long? Sir, 8 bytes is nothing but 64 bits. 8 bytes are 64 bits. Sir, what is the range? Range minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Are you getting? Sir, don't ask what about its value. Even I too don't know. Okay, this is minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Okay, add. Size 8 bytes. Size 8 bytes. Range minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Range minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Like, are you getting the point, right? Okay, that's all. So this is about what is long when we should go for long type. Take a note. Sir, can you tell up to this how many data types we covered? Byte, short, int, long. 4 data types. These data types can be used to represent only integral values. Are you getting? Can be used to represent only integral values. If you want to represent floating point values, sir, the number with the decimal point, then these data types we can't use. Byte, short, int, long we can't use. Compulsory we should go for which data type? Floating point data types, right? Okay, add note. All the above data types within bracket, all the above data types within bracket, byte, short, int, long. All the above data types, byte, short, int, long, byte, short, int, long, meant for representing meant for representing integral values, meant for representing integral values, integral values, values. If we want to represent floating point values, if we want to represent floating point values, if we want to represent floating point values, then we should go for, if we want to represent floating point values, then we should go for, then we should go for floating point data types. Then we should go for floating point data types. We should go for floating point data types, floating point data types. Okay, that's all clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is, sir, what are various floating point data types are there? Keep submitting. Floating point data types, floating point data types, floating point data types. Sir, do you know how many types are there, floating point data types? So the first one float, second one is what? Double. Okay, there are two types are there. Just legend later you can take float and double. Sir, can you tell when we should go for float, when we should go for double? Suppose when we should go for byte, when we should go for short, int, long. We covered already these four. If you want to represent small values, better to go for byte. If you want to represent next level values, short, next level values in. If you want to represent long range of values, then we should go for what? Long type. Are you getting? Based on small values, smaller type, bigger values, bigger data type, right? Sir, can you tell when we should go for float and double? If you want to represent small floating point values, then we should go for float. If you want to represent big floating point values, then we should go for double. No, it is not criteria. Most of the people are going to fail. Sir, small floating point means float, big values is nothing but double. No. Then what is the criteria to decide whether we should go for float or double? Okay, listen. Sometimes, suppose if I am taking a number 10.0 by 3. Sir, I am taking a number 10.0 by 3. Can you tell what about its value? What about its value? 3.3333333 like. Are you getting? 3.3333 like. Sometimes my requirement is 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy is enough. Are you getting? Sometimes my requirement 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy is enough. Sometimes my requirement is 14 to 15 decimal places of accuracy is required. Sir, less accuracy, more accuracy. Just after decimal point 5 digits are enough, or 6 digits are enough. But after decimal point 14 decimal digits are required, or 15 decimal digits are required. Then, so observe, if you want 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy, then we should go for what? Float. If you want 14 to 15 decimal places of accuracy, then we should go for double. Okay, so first conclusion, if we want 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy, float. If we want 14 to 15 decimal places of accuracy, then go for double. Sir, can you tell which is less accuracy, which is more accuracy? Float is less accuracy, double is more accuracy, right? That's why float follows single precision. Float follows a single precision, double follows double precision. Are you getting? Double. Sir, you may ask, what is the single precision, double precision? Less accuracy. Precision is nothing but accuracy. Single precision, double precision. Less accuracy, more accuracy, right? Okay, in other words, technical words like. Next, what is the range? Sir, can you tell what is the range of float? What is the size? What is the size of float? Can you spell out? What is the size? Okay, 4 bytes. What is the size here? Is 8 bytes. Size 4 bytes, 8 bytes, right? Next, what is the range? Do you know range? Can you spell out what is the range? Minus 1.7 E minus 1.7 E38 to 1.7 E38. Are you getting? Minus 1.7 E38 to 1.7 E38. Do you know 1.7 E38 means 1.7 into 10 power 38? Are you getting? But here same, what is the range here? Minus 3.4 E308 to 3.4 E308. Are you getting that? Minus 3.4 E308 to 3.4 E308 is nothing man. Do you know E? This notation is called what? Exponential form. E38 means into 10 power 38. I hope you people can aware. Sir, what is the float? What is the double? When we should go for float and double? Which is the more accuracy? Which is the less accuracy? Size and the range is nothing but like. Better to take the table first. Keep supporting floating point data types. Under that table, floating point data types. Okay, first one is the float, second one double. Floating point data types. First one float, second one double like. Okay, completed I hope. Float double. Now under that first point, if we want 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy. If we want 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy, 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy. If we want 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy, then we should go for float. If we want 5 to 6 decimal places of accuracy, then we should go for float. Then we should go for float. Then we should go for float. Next other side. If we want 14 to 15 decimal places of accuracy, if we want 14 to 15 decimal places of accuracy, 14 to, if we want 14 to 15 decimal places of accuracy, then we should go for double. Then we should go for double. Second, float follows single precision. Float follows a single precision. Float follows a single precision. Double follows double precision. Float follows a single precision. Double follows double precision. Float follows single precision, double follows double precision. Next, size 4 bytes. Next other side, size 8 bytes. And range wise a small correction is there, don't take, only up to sizes only you can take. So range, just a small correction, reversed. Here see, range, if it is the float, minus 3.4 E38 to 3.4 E38. If it is the float, minus 3.4 E38 to 3.4 E38. If it is the double, minus 1.7 E308 to 1.7 E308. Okay, that's all. Sir, yeah, minus 3.4 E38 to 3.4 E38. Other side. So, better to take clearly. That's all. Are you able to understand, right? So this is about what is the range. If it is the float, if it is the double, is nothing but like. Are you getting? So that's all. Sir, when we should go for floating point data types, if you want to represent a number with a decimal point. When we should go for integral types, if you want to represent a number without a decimal point, is nothing but integral number. Next, keep supporting. Boolean data type. Boolean data type. Boolean data type. Sir, can you tell first point, what is the size of Boolean? One bit or one byte or 2 bytes? One bit or one byte or 2 bytes? One bit or one byte? Bit. 0 means true, non-zero means false, or 0 means false, 1 means true. Okay, make sure this type of terminology applicable only for old languages but not for Java. Sir, in Java, size of boolean, okay, if any person is asking, he is coming from C or C++ background, not from Java. In Java, size of boolean not applicable. Okay, simple word, size of boolean not applicable. Not applicable. It is really appreciable if you use the word virtual machine dependent. Are you getting? Sir, based on virtual machine, sometimes it may go for 1 bit or 1 byte. We can't tell what is the size of boolean. Are you getting right? So, what is the size? Can you tell what is the size? Size not applicable. Really appreciable if you use the word virtual machine dependent. Are you getting right? Okay, this. Sir, can you tell what is the range? What is the range? Size, okay. What is the range? Range of the boolean is, do you know, it is also not applicable because you can't tell true to false. If I can use the word true to false, true is the minimum, false is the max, or false to true is nothing but like problem. Both the true and false are at same level. That's why range concept not applicable, but allowed values are. But allowed values are true or false. But allowed values are true or false. Only this. First add. Size not applicable. Size not applicable. Not applicable. Within bracket virtual machine dependent. Virtual machine dependent. Virtual machine dependent. Range not applicable. Range not applicable. Not applicable. Within bracket, but allowed values are. But allowed values are true or false. Small true or small false. But allowed values are true or false. True or false. False like. Okay. Allowed values are true or false. That's all. I hope is the clear. Okay. Now next one. Here see this point well. Sir, I am taking example. Boolean B is equal to true. I am taking. Sir, is it valid or not? Why you are thinking, man? Boolean B is equal to true. Valid or not? Valid. No problem at all. Boolean B is equal to 0. I am taking. Valid or invalid? Invalid. Compile time error by default we are going to get. Do you know what compile time error is? Good. Incompatible types. Incompatible types found int. By default every integral data type, every integral value by default int type. Found int. Required is nothing but what? Required boolean is the compile time error we will get. Next. Sir, boolean B is equal to true. I am taking. Is it valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? Invalid. Compile time error. Sir, what compile time error? Oh, compile time error saying case sensitive. Good. What compile time error? We should have incompatible types. Good. Found. Incompatible types found. You can't use the word string because if it is a string, compulsory it should be double quotes, but not there. Incompatible types. What compile time error we will get? Yes. Okay. Simple. Boolean B is equal to true. Boolean B is equal to true. Sir, here if you observe true, is it a Boolean value? Is it a Boolean value? No. If it is a Boolean value, then it's a valid. It's not Boolean value. Is it int value? No. Is it a string value? No. If it is a string within double quote, sir, it is not a valid value for any type. If it is not valid value for any type, compiler is going to treat this one as a variable. Durga, you are using some variable true where you declared is nothing but like compile time error saying cannot find the symbol. Are getting cannot find the symbol? Which symbol? Okay, variable. Which symbol? Variable true. In which location? Class test. Assume I want to take this line in the test class. That's why in class test I'm unable to find variable true. Like compile time error we will get. Okay, make sure you people should aware. Next, boolean b is equal to true. Like this I'm taking. Boolean b is equal to true. Is it valid or invalid? 100% pakka invalid compile time error. Because for the boolean, how you can provide in string form? Are you getting? No, it's always expected in boolean primitive. But how you can provide string? String and a boolean, there is no compatibility. That's why immediately compile time error we will get incompatible types. Incompatible types found java.lang.string required boolean is nothing but like compile time error by default we are going to get. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, this is make sure you people should aware. Let me cross check. Here see this point well. Here all these things are not required. SOP of B. Let me take. Sir, boolean b is equal to true. I'm taking. Boolean b is equal to true. Valid or not? Valid. Yes, true is the answer. Boolean b is equal to 0. I'm taking. Invalid. Incompatible type. Found inter required boolean. Okay. Boolean b is equal to true. Boolean b is equal to true. Like cannot find symbol. Have you observed? Cannot find symbol. Which symbol? Variable true. In which location? Class or text. Next. Boolean b is equal to. Okay. Here just within bracket, within double quotes I'm taking true. Boolean b. Have you observed? Incompatible types found java.lang.string required is nothing but what? Boolean, right? Take all these examples. Take clearly. First one, boolean b is equal to true, valid. Next, boolean b is equal to 0. Take clearly. Boolean b is equal to 0. Incompatible types found inter required boolean. Boolean b is equal to true. Cannot find symbol. Which is symbol? Variable true. Location class test. Next, boolean b is equal to true. We are going to get compile time error saying incompatible types found java.lang.string required boolean. Completed, I hope. Cannot find symbol. Which symbol? Variable true. Location class test. Next, boolean b is equal to true. Compile time error incompatible types found java.lang.string required boolean. Like okay, this is one possibility to ask the bit for the exam. Are you getting right? Okay. Next one. Completed, I hope. Okay. Now there is another possibility to ask the bit for the exam from the same boolean only. Here see. Sir, I am taking int x is equal to 0. Int x is equal to 0. If of x system dot out dot println of hello, SOP of hello, else SOP of high, else SOP of high. Can you tell, is it valid or invalid? Do you know, in the old languages like C or C++ valid. Sir, x means what? 0. 0 means false. 0 means false in old languages, but in Java, no such type of rule. That's why immediately compile method we are going to get saying here, if is always expecting boolean, but in the place of boolean, what thing we provided? Int value. What compile method? Incompatible types. Sir, incompatible types found. Incompatible types found int. Incompatible types found int required. Required is nothing but what? Boolean. Is the compile method by default we are going to get. Incompatible types found int required boolean. Like, sir, now int, so x is equal to or otherwise while of 1. Sir, while of 1, SOP of hello. While of 1, SOP of hello, like I'm taking. Can you tell how many times this hello will be printed? While of 1, SOP of hello. How many times hello will be printed? Don't tell infinite number of times. In the C language or C++, it is infinite number of times, but in Java compile time method. Because while is always expecting boolean, while of true, while of false. But in the place of boolean, we provided what? 1. 1 is nothing but what? Int. Sir, in the place of boolean, now you can provide int. Immediately compile time error we will get. Incompatible time found int required is nothing but boolean. Is it clear, right? Sir, but both are valid in C, but both are invalid in Java, because Java compiler is very strong. Are you getting? Take this example. And x is equal to 0. If of x, SOP of hello. If of x, SOP of hello, else SOP of high. Next we will get compile time method saying incompatible types found in the required boolean. Incompatible types found in the required boolean. Like so this is about boolean data type. Completed, right? Okay, now keep submitting char data type. Char type. So do you know the size of char? What is the how much size? What is the size of char? Size of char 1 byte or 2 bytes. But in C language or C++, it is 1 byte. But in Java, it is 2 bytes. If you are trying as a fresher, in the interview room, maybe a chance to ask, what is the size of char? What is the size of char in Java? 2 bytes. Why Java's char size is 2 bytes instead of 1 byte? Because C language, C++, everywhere, the size of char is nothing but 1 byte. But in Java, it is what? 2 bytes. Why the size of char is 2 bytes instead of 1 byte? Simple answer, Java is Unicode based. Old languages are ASCII code based. Then immediately entry person may ask what it means. Can you explain with an example? Like simple Anna, here see this one. If we consider old languages like C or C++, C program or C++ program, which allowed characters in this program, we can use which allowed characters? A to Z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9, hash symbol, plus, minus, special characters like these things. The number of different allowed characters in CRC++ program is always less than or equal to 256. Getting always less than or equal to 256. To represent these 256 characters, 8 bits are enough. Okay, this is how 8 bits are enough here. See, sir, I have 1 bit is there. By using 1 bit, how many values we can represent? 2 values. 0 represent 1 value, 1 represent 1 value. Is nothing but by using 1 bit, 2 values we can represent. Sir, I have 2 bits are there. How many values I can represent? 4 values. 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 is nothing but 4 values. Sir, I have 3 bits are there. How many values we can represent? 3 bits is nothing but 8 values. 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 like 8 values. If I have 4 bits, 16. If I have 5 bits, 32. If I have 6 bits, 64. If I have 7 bits, 128. If I have 8 bits, okay, 256, right? Are you getting? So make sure you people should aware. So to represent up to 256 characters, how many bits are enough is nothing but 8 bits are by default enough. That's why the size of char in old languages is 8 bits is nothing but what? 1 byte. And all these characters are by default considered as ASCII characters, right? Are you getting? But consider Java. Okay, let me consider Java, right? In Java program, and now listen very carefully. In Java program, all these 256 ASCII characters we can use. All these 256 ASCII characters we can use. In addition to that, if you want, you can use all the 256 we can use. In addition to that, if you want, you can use worldwide any language alphabet symbols. Just example, in Java program, if you want, you can use Telugu alphabet symbols. You know, Telugu alphabet starts from A to Telugu. Telugu alphabet A to Bandira. Correct, right? Okay. Hindi alphabet, if you want, you can use Hindi alphabet symbol. Hindi alphabet starts from A to Bandirana. Hindi. Oi. A to Kshatradna. Is it right? A to Kshatradna. Okay. No, like. If you want Tamil alphabet symbol, you can use. No problem at all. So this one is nothing but like. If you want Chinese alphabet symbol, so here like Chinese alphabet symbol, so we can use. So we can use worldwide any alphabet symbol in Java program. Are you getting? To represent, so here I'm sure this number definitely greater than 256, definitely less than or equal to 65,536. Are you getting? To represent these many numbers, 8 bits may not enough. Compulsory we should go for 16 bits. Are you getting? That's why, so the size of char is nothing but how many bytes? 2 bytes. And all these characters are by default considered as Unicode characters, right? Are you getting? Java is Unicode based. Old languages are ASCII code based. Are you able to understand, right? So based on that only the difference came. But in Java, the first 256 Unicode characters are nothing but ASCII characters only. Sir, small a is there. What is the ASCII code value? Small a, 97. What is the Unicode value? 97 only. Is nothing but whatever ASCII codes, same Unicodes also. But extra for the remaining is nothing but ASCII code is not there. Only Unicodes are defined. Is it clear, right? So that's why Java's char size is 2 bytes instead of 1 byte. Okay, at this point. At the point, well, char data type under the tab. Old languages within bracket like old languages within bracket like CRC++, like C or C++ or bracket close or ASCII code based. Old languages are ASCII code based. ASCII code based. ASCII code based. And the number of different allowed ASCII code characters and the number of allowed different ASCII code characters are less than or equal to 256 or less than or equal to 256 less than or equal to 256 less than or equal to 256. Next, to represent these 256 characters, to represent these 256 characters, 8 bits are enough. 8 bits are enough. To represent these 256 characters, 8 bits are enough. 8 bits are enough. Hence, the size of char in old languages is, the size of char in old languages is 1 byte. The size of char in old languages is 1 byte. 1 byte. Okay, next para. But Java is, next para. But Java is Unicode based. But Java is Unicode based. Unicode based. Java is Unicode based. And the number of different Unicode characters are, are greater than 256. Greater than 256. And less than or equal to, less than or equal to 65,536. Greater than 256 and less than or equal to 65,536. 65,536. Next, to represent these many characters, 8 bits may not enough. 8 bits may not enough. Compulsory we should go for 8 bits may not enough. Compulsory we should go for 16 bits. Compulsory we should go for 16 bits. Hence the size of char in Java is, in Java is 2 bytes. Size of char in Java is 2 bytes. Okay, better to take size 2 bytes. Range 0 to 65,530. 0 to 65,530. 5. Okay, total 65,536 characters you can represent, but 0 already included. 0 to 65,535. That's all. This is the size and the range. Okay, that's all. Okay, why size of char in Java is 2 bytes instead of 1 byte? Next, what is the size, what is the range? Next, how we can provide values? This part I will discuss in the laterals anyway, right? Next, that's all. There ends Java's primitive data types. Let me keep one small summary table so that you can aware all the things at a single snap. Okay, add summary table or summary of Java primitive data types. Summary of Java primitive data types. Summary of Java primitive data types. Okay, here see this one. Sir, data type data type. Okay, next what is the size? You know what is the size. Next what is the range? What is the size, what is the range? Next for every data type, do you know corresponding wrapper class is there? Is it there or not? For every data type corresponding wrapper class is there. For every data type, okay, corresponding default value also there. If we are not providing any value, then JVM is always going to provide default value, right? So what is the default value? Like that let me include that part also, right? Now I am taking first data type, byte. First one, byte. Can you tell? Of course, byte. Next one we have to discuss short, byte short, byte short, int, long, float, double, boolean, last one char. Okay, that's all. Sir, what is the bytes? Number of bytes. Okay, so byte means 1 byte, short means 2 bytes, int means 4 bytes, long 8 bytes, 4 bytes, double 8 bytes, double 8 bytes, boolean, what is the size? Not applicable. Next char 2 bytes. We covered already, right? Sir, what is the range? Do you know what is the range? For the byte, range is minus 2 power 7 to 2 power 7 minus 1. What about its value is minus 128 to 127 only. Okay, the byte. Next short range is minus 2 power 15 to 2 power 15 minus 1. What about its value? Minus short minus 2 power 15. What about its value? Minus 32,768 to 32,767. Next, what is the range of int? Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. What about its value? You know, minus 21, 47, 48, 36, 48 to 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. What is the range of long? Can you tell what is the range of long? Minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. What is the range of float? Minus, range of float minus, can you please cross check? 3.4 E38 to 3.4 E38. What is the range of double? Minus 1.7 E308 to 1.7 E308. Next, what is the range of boolean? Can you spell out what is the range of boolean? Okay, so range not applicable, but allowed values are. But allowed values are true or false. But allowed values are true or false. Char. What is the range? 0 to 65,535. Okay, well. Sir, what about corresponding wrapper class? If it is a byte, corresponding wrapper class is a byte. If it is a short, corresponding short. If it is the int, integer. If it is the long, long. If it is the float, float. If it is the double, double. If it is the boolean, boolean. Last one, if it is the character, character is the corresponding wrapper class. Sir, what about default values? Do you know? For the integral data types, 0. Okay, that's why. So for the byte, 0, 0, 0. For float and double, what is the default value? 0.0, 0.0. Float and double, 0.0, 0.0. Boolean, make sure in the C++ the default value for boolean is true, but in Java it is false. It's a false. Next, for the character default value, 0, 0. 0 represents a space character. Remember this one. Sir, 0 represents which character? Space character, right? That's all. Take this diagram. Data type, size, data type, size. Take this one. Completed, right? Take all. Completed, right? Okay, so this is with respect to small summary with respect to primitive data types, right? But here one small clarity I have to provide. Sir, null is the default value for null is the default value for so string type or student type, customer type. Null is the default value for object type. Remember this one. For any object reference, null is the default value. Null we can't apply for the primitives. By mistake, if you are trying to apply null for the primitive, immediately compile-time error which you are going to get. Are you getting right? Null for the primitive not applicable. By mistake, if you are trying to apply even for the char also, null not applicable. By mistake, if you are trying to apply null, compile-time error which you are going to get. Okay, here see this one. Char ch is equal to null I am taking. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid, compile-time error. Just let me show this one. Here I am taking char ch is equal to null. Immediately compile-time error, incompatible type, found null type. Required is nothing but what? Char. Found null. Required is char type. Is it clear, right? Okay, at this point. At the point value. So take a note. Null is the default value. Null is the default value for object reference. Null is the default value for object reference. Null is the default value for object reference. And we can't apply. We can't apply for primitives. And we can't apply for primitives. If we are trying to apply, if we are trying to use for primitive, then we will get compile time error. If we are trying to use for primitive, then we will get compile time error. Add example. Char ch is equal to null. Compile time error. Okay, here this one. Incompatible types. Compile time error. Incompatible types. Found null type. Incompatible types found null type. Required char. Found null type. Required char. Found null type. Required char. Okay, that's all. Completed, right? So these are various things what you people should aware about data types, right? Okay, that's all.